Substitute teachers, man oh man, is it a difficult job, especially in today's public education system.
Shut the hell up! Shut up! Shut up!
But is it really that bad, or was it worse back 20 years ago where seemingly every high school in movies had a violent school gang and that one super Evo antagonist? But desperate classrooms call for desperate measures. So what if instead of a plain Jane substitute, you were a hardened recon Marine? And under those circumstances, that's how you get the film The Substitute. A film I can only describe as any generic hood school movie meets Platoon, only with a lot more questionable teaching tactics and dated action scenes. So, is this a hidden war film gem or a cringy ass hood movie? Let's find out. The film starts off with some Black Ops Bravo 6 going dark type of activities with Sergeant Barnes from Platoon. And is this a canon sequel to Platoon? Probably. Just kidding, no it's not. There's this secret raid to take down one of Castro's drug plants near the coast of Florida, and wowzers, it's Luis Guzman. He's a good actor, but I'd never really thought I'd see him playing an elite spec ops. Nonetheless, their secret raid has failed, and I shit you not, is that the same scar that Sergeant Barnes had in Platoon?
I'm only a soldier.
3 days later in a Florida high school, and OG Bobby Johnson's trying to break up a fight. And these are some inspiring ass teachers, but some really badass kids.
I'm speaking to you with respect as a person.
Yeah, well, you're no person to me, right? So back the f off.
Which then leads to some more school bureaucracy.
But I can't boot him out without definite proof of wrongdoing. I don't want a lawsuit on my hand.
I'd like a locker search.
Good, I could use the money. I'll sue your ass.
And hey yo, this the same plot element from 187? Is this homeboy gonna be Benny Chicon from 187?
Don't f with me. I might just have to bust a cap in your ass.
Is this whole movie just gonna be a rehash of 187, starring my boy Sam Jackson? Or is this the other way around? Did 187 copy this? I don't know, this is my first time watching this movie, we'll see. These youths are tweaking, man.
Hell no, man.
She, the character and the teacher named Jane, is also seeing Sergeant Barnes. I mean, shale for this movie. And he lets her know mission failed. We'll get him next time. But he might have another mission the next day because he meets up with, hey yo, that's Tuco. He tells him to go meet up with this guy, so now possibly being a mercenary for this dirty drug mule, but he won't compromise on his Marine code and just scares the shit out of his would-have-been employer, literally. At the beach, Jane gets jumped by possibly one of those badass students. Luckily, Shell is there to save her with these stiff-ass, horrendous-ass strikes and fight scenes. Ay, 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 man. This shit is dated. Now Shell is gonna be a substitute teacher for his girlfriend's position to make her feel better and I assume probably beat some badass kids' asses. Although he is gonna try to do this all covertly. It's a hood movie, so of course the kids gotta be wilding out in class. And opposite to this, Shell is trying to keep in order the classroom. But the kids keep teasing him. This goes on for a bit though, with yo mama jokes and rap battles.
Open locker, never drop her. Time on my peak.
Who won World War II?
Your mama, man.
Oh, that's right. In the hallway rubbing on your mom's booty, man.
Who discovered America?
Fat mama.
Shale, or rather should I say Jim Smith, because he changes his name to be a covert sleeper cell substitute teacher. Anyways, he meets up with Bobby Johnson and the rest of the staff, so they fill him in this drama with the rest of these whack-ass movie gang names.
Life is too short to mess with a KOD.
Kings of Destruction are the top gang in the school.
KOS. What's that? Tagging crew?
KOS stand for capping off suckers who give out referrals.
Later, Jim and Principal Clyde have a convo, but they're both being deceptive of each other.
I was at the Liberty City riots in 1980. Not the best time to be a black cop in Miami. You suddenly face a clear choice: devastation or education. Got my master's, and now here I am.
Well, I guess like you, I wanted to teach.
Hello everybody, it's the old Barrio in the digital flesh and blood with a very important message that I wanted to share. Was that a drunk driver? My legs. Oh, how will I be able to work and not lose my wages? Oh no. Are these fictional injuries gonna cost me to go bankrupt? Oh wait, good news. Luckily, this video is sponsored by Morgan & Morgan. Morgan & Morgan is America's largest injury firm with over 1,000 attorneys in all 50 of these United States. If you've been injured in the past, don't settle for these lowball claims by big greedy insurance offers. Morgan & Morgan are the biggest injury law firm for a reason, because they win a lot with some of the biggest payouts. Sounds complicated, right? Wrong. Morgan & Morgan have modernized the injury law process so you can submit a claim and contact your legal team all from your cell phone. And all within a couple of minutes. Sounds pretty pricey, right? Well, wrong again. If you have a qualifying case, you can get this entire legal team for free because they don't get paid unless you get paid. That's right. You pay nothing unless you get compensated for your injuries. If you've ever got seriously injured, your case could be worth millions, and you're only a few clicks away from potentially changing your life. It's easy. You can start your claim now with Morgan & Morgan at https://www.forthepeople.com/TOB, all caps, or click the link in the description below. So thank you to Morgan & Morgan for sponsoring the video. Now let's get back to the story. Now Sergeant Barnes, aka Smith, aka Shao, tries to get the rest of his crew to join in on his secret covert substitute teaching position. But one of them ain't with it, because he's too busy running a California prison gang from the inside.
High school is bullshit, man! You all know what's wrong here. You ain't got the guts to say it. You lost your mind and now you lost your fucking balls.
The rest of the crew joins in though, and after they hear him out, now it's high school Black Ops off the record time. In class, Smith tries to give the kids a lecture about PTSD. He gets interrupted and has to take out one of the kids and then presses the rest of the class. These quote-unquote hard-ass gangsters whine and moan and then even snitch on Smith to the principal. Man, that's a hard-ass gangster right there. The principal then eavesdrops on Smith's classroom and finds out that Smith was in a special ops marine reconnaissance team because his undercover ass is literally just telling the class about his, I would presume, classified missions.
Lost any homeboys?
Welcome to the rice fields, mother.
Also, these kids are dumb as hell.
My uncle got his legs blown off in Vietnam.
He was over there because of Hitler, right?
No, dog, that's World War I you talking about.
But I'll cut them some slack. If I'm honest, these history books only tell you the narrative that the government wants you to hear. Anyways, he gets the class's attention and intrigue, and they all share their war stories and war scars with Shale.
Hey, blood.
Smith. Principal Clyde questions Smith and tries to fire Smith, but Smith knows the rule and the law. Returning home from the hospital, Jane gets emotional that there's this student who wrote her a heartfelt letter, and then it's back to school. These kids are late and Smith presses the main leader, making him write, "I'm sorry" or "I won't be late," something like that, that whole Simpsons intro. In the meanwhile, he teaches the rest of the students U.S. gang history.
And that translates easy enough into the biker gangs of the 50s and 60s. My times.
And might as well just roll in the TV and play gangland, you know? Once class ends, the principal sets up a meeting with Smith, but he's actually setting him up to get blasted by the main badass kid. This doesn't work though because Shale is Black Ops and his Spec Ops ass plans an ambush on them. And damn, even the janitor was in on it. This was a pretty badass plan though, to teach him a lesson, but then it's just ruined by this goofy ass fighting. No fucking way they didn't see him hiding on the floor. And if you haven't noticed, the principal is corrupt. Smith tactically plans to get shot acting dead with this 4D chess plan. But what if they just shot him in the leg or in the face or took out the civilians like the light or something? The suspension of disbelief in this film is kind of high. Nonetheless, he finishes tossing the rest of the gangbangers out of the window. And is it just me or does he kind of low-key give Punisher vibes? Like that 2004 Thomas Jane type.
Out the window.
But back on topic, Smith then presses the principal. OG Bobby Johnson visits Jane and tells her about the new substitute Shale. aka Smith, and then at her house, OG Bobby Johnson figures out that the substitute is actually Jane's boyfriend, Shale/Smith, and he's not really a substitute, so he snitches on him. It's more Spec Ops surveillance time, so they go Bravo 6 going dark to bust a drug drop-off. The bodies that the Black Ops crew dropped makes major news, and the principal's connect starts to press down on him. So he in return presses the main badass kid. All the while Smith/Shell is inspired by the teaching school spirit, and it's a good time. OG Bobby Johnson also wants to help Shell/Smith, but changes his mind since he thinks that Smith is only trying to do this to get that black principal out of office because he's racist. Even though this black kid just gave Shale/Smith some props and the N-word pass. Just kidding, but not really. After a back to school night, the principal sets up Shell again, but this time with the main drug connection gang. OG Bobby Johnson stays late with this young female student, kinda sus to me, but whatever. And they accidentally uncover the whole drug operation underneath the school, finding the principal's corrupt ass behind it. So now they're after their asses. He sacrifices himself so like that the student could get away, and that principal gives that bad guy monologue before blasting OG Bobby Johnson. To everyone's surprise, Shale isn't dead, and the students let him know that OG Bobby Johnson was found dead, and now he's after the principal's ass, since Smith connects him with that other dude that he was originally going to be a drug mule for, so Shale pays him a visit. Somehow the bad guys are able to kidnap Jane and two other students that got caught trying to snitch, and now Shale goes from Spec Ops to Ninja Ops. But his fan fails because this shitty ass choreography. Man, what is with this shitty ass choreography? This is like a 1996 film, but it honestly feels like it's shot in the 1980s just because of these stiff ass karate movements. It really takes away from the film. Shale's got a surprise up his sleeve, literally, so he's able to subdue the bad guys and the good guys win. Now Shale locks and loads and goes on one last drug battle, and he is for sure given some freaking Punisher vibes. If you haven't seen that 2004 Thomas Jane Punisher film, go watch it and you know what I'm talking about, but it's my favorite Punisher, not gonna lie. For reals though, comment down below and let me know. So now we get to that inevitable you might die goodbye type of scene that's trying to be all dramatic, but it's not working, man, it's not working. Regardless, it's one final shootout in between Shale's Spec Op team and the principal with the drug cartel. They also hired some extra guns, and man, is he shooting night vision with no IR laser? I mean, okay. I'm not no professional in it, but I would like to get into night vision. It's freaking pretty interesting, amazing, especially when you compare it to like thermals and all that, but damn, that shit is expensive. Please like, comment, subscribe, and join my Patrons like that the old Barrio could get some night vision. Returning back to the gun battle, and god damn, bro, these mofos brought some serious ass firepower. You got like grenades, RPGs, and all that. Two of Shale's crew ends up dead, and then the principal takes one more of the team and tries to ambush Shale, but he beats him to it. So it's one last shootout, and then the principal squeals away. So of course Shale runs after him and kills him with his goofy ass palm strike. So they save the day and save the school, and they gotta disappear before the fuzz shows up. And the film ends at that with some cheesy ass Dare promotion. Just kidding, but it might as well have been. Man, oh man, I feel like this was a good vision in theory, having like this Marine Spec Ops surveil and take out some corrupt principals and drug dealing students, but the execution is ass, bro, for reals. Which is surprising because this film has like 2 other sequels, so it's a trilogy. I think it even has 3 other sequels, so what'd you call that, a quadrilogy? I don't know. I am dumbfounded how this has that much love and support behind it. It's not totally horrendous, but it does have some good elements like that whole hood school thing. But then bro, the cheesiness, over the topness, stiff ass fighting choreography just levels all this down. It's pretty cool because I like Shale's character. I mean, he seems pretty badass, mysterious, and Punisher-like, mostly because the Punisher was a recon marine too. Look it up. It's canon. The story screams like a 90s hood movie, but the action, cheesy gunplay, and fighting choreography honestly makes this seem like this film was shot in 1983, which is surprising because it was shot in what, 1996? Whatever though. 6 out of 10 órales. If you've seen the review and you feel like watching it, go for it, but it's nothing really special to rant over it. I don't know how it got 4 other sequels or whatever, but thank you to these sick-ass patrons for substituting my back when I couldn't produce the drug that they need, which is my content. I don't know, man. I'm burnt out after reviewing this film. Until next time, later.